Hello everyone, thank you for coming out here and supporting us. There's a few more people I just want to recognize before we get started. We have a number of artworks by student artists being demonstrated or displayed somewhere outside, and you can see it. And thanks to our yearbook teacher, Ms. Erin Ishikawa, for videotaping us and taking pictures for the yearbook. And then one last person is our bassist over here is my student teacher, Ms. Sienna Sonoda. So this semester she's been coming around she's been coming here 3 days a week, working with the students, eventually leading whole classes. She'll be leading a piece, so she'll introduce her piece later on. Yeah, it's really cool. Orchestra teachers who play string instruments are very rare in Hawaii, so she's one of them, and hopefully be another addition to the orchestra community on this island. Okay, so for this first piece, we'll be playing what is called, let me introduce the group first. Okay, this is the hip orchestra. If anyone was here last year, we've doubled the number of hip orchestra. I'm really happy that a lot of kids want to come and learn orchestra more than the original. We play 5 times, we're really lucky we have class 5 days a week. So they're playing every day, and then these kids want to come here and play more after school for an hour and 15 minutes. And these last couple days, they've been staying till 5 o'clock. So they're really, really into it. Very cool. So this first piece is called Dance Scenario, and it's kind of this, sounds like this old-timey hoedown kind of piece, and it does a couple of cool things. So the strings could do, the violins play what are called chords, so we play more than one note at a time. So not only play one note, but you can play more than one, all the way up to 4. So here, we can't do it all at the same time, so we have to play it in really quick succession. So Douglas will demonstrate a chord. All right, so you'll see some of that, and then there's another thing called tremolo where they do this really cool fast thing here. Very nice, so just be on the lookout for that. So this is Dance Scenario. Okay, so our next piece and our last hit piece is called City of Steel. And this one's really cool. This one is very almost futuristic sounding. I don't know, like there's like this very like kind of dark undercurrent and then there's like this really nice melodies over it. I don't know, the beginning, it reminds me of like any of the Christopher Nolan Batman films. Like you know how it shows Gotham and it's like raining and everything. That's what I usually think when I hear this. Very cool. This is probably their trickiest piece they're playing tonight. So a lot of really interesting rhythm stuff that's going on in this. Okay, so City of Steel. Okay, now-
which is a pretty great experience. I guess a little bit about me. I'm not a bassist. I actually play the viola, like these folks right here. So Mr. Shaver has graciously lent me some instruments for me to play, so I can learn a lot more with the students. So I will be conducting a piece called Sakura Sakura. That is a traditional Japanese folk song, which I'm sure a lot of you have heard. I had the we had a exchange with the high school where Mr. Hirata decided to play this piece with the students. So Mr. Shaver liked it so much that he asked me if I would conduct it, and I said, of course I will. This piece is about, I actually got to go through the lyrics with the kids. We got to sing the song in Japanese. They loved that so much. We talked about the translation, which is basically like, cherry blossoms, oh my gosh, they're so great, come look at them with me. And at the university, I was fortunate enough to take a koto class, which one of the instruments, there's two Japanese instruments, traditional Japanese instruments, that this piece kind of mimics. It's the shakuhachi, which is a bamboo flute, and the koto, which is a 13-string, 6'3" long piece of wood. And I play that, so I got the chance to bring that to the students. They got to see it. Admin saw me walking around with a big pink thing, that's my case. Yeah, so yeah, Sakura Sakura is a lovely piece. Very lyrical, it's very different than all the other pieces you've heard. Hope you enjoy. Thank you.
Oh, I just wanted to point out that that was the first time Miss Sonoma has conducted an orchestra for a concert, and she did a wonderful job. Let's give her just another round of applause. All right, okay. So our last piece is the 1812 Overture by Tchaikovsky. So this is a pretty crazy piece. In the original version, he writes there's wind instruments and it's huge and there's bells and a cannon, like a cannon like pirate ship cannon, they are very cool. We don't have a cannon, but we do have some percussion students that will help us play. Miss Fujimori graciously let them come and rehearse with us. We have Cass on the bass drum, and then on snare drum we have Carson, snare drum and cymbals. The cool thing about this piece, the frustrating thing about this piece, the really great thing about this piece is that it changes tempo 5 times. It also changes key twice. And so you have to adjust really well. It's a really difficult piece to stay together. City of Steel is probably the hardest piece notes-wise, but in terms of playing it, this is probably the hardest piece they've done. And it teaches one of the most important lessons music can teach us is being aware of the people around you and being able to adjust to whatever might happen. That's a really important thing, and they've been learning it. It's kind of hard to do that when you're trying to figure out if you're playing in the right time, you're playing the right notes, and you move your bow and all that. But they did a really good job. You'll recognize this. You probably recognize it at the beginning, but there'll be a part where you're like, oh yeah, I definitely know this piece. So, the 1812 Overture. Okay, thank you. Stay standing, stay standing. Yeah, you guys know what's gonna happen soon. All right, so I know we're a little bit behind time, so only 2 minutes. You guys can come take pictures of your kids up here. So they will stand and they'll smile, and there's lights. So come. School is gonna start soon, so if